Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So you guys got to strap on and brace because Bitcoin is about to explode and we have an 85-day countdown. Anywhere from today to 85 days, we will get this explosion. So what is going to cause it and how high will we end up? Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything else that's going on in the world today. Let's do this. Welcome, guys. Look at this. Right now, Bitcoin is poised and steady and calm. 28.3, 28.4. This is a good spot to be in right now. Right before the explosion. Okay. Now, what explosion am I talking about? Well, of course, I think you guys know. The Bitcoin spot ETF approval explosion. Okay. More and more big companies are getting ready to jump in. We had a little preview, a little taste of what an approval will do for Bitcoin. We had this right here based on fake approval news. And we pumped up over 30,000. Over 30,000. Now imagine, and we did not come back down. It's not like we had a sudden up all the way back down to 26.5. No, we stayed. We're at 28.4 right now. So imagine once we get that true approval, how high Bitcoin will explode, right? We will get it. It's just a matter of time. Now, Fidelity, who is an enormous asset manager, they just updated their ETF, ETF filing, because everyone wants to get approval, right? That's why we have this 85-day countdown, because between now and 85 days, we will get an approval. One way or another. Look at all these funds right now, okay? And the Grayscale one, too. The Grayscale, the date for Grayscale is a little bit off. But we know Grayscale, basically, they won a lawsuit against SEC. The SEC did not appeal. So Grayscale basically has free reign to convert. Like, there's no objection. So that could actually be coming by the end of this week. As far as I know, this week, Grayscale can just convert. I haven't seen any other dates otherwise. So that line, the first line is off. But look at ARK and BlackRock and everyone else, Fidelity and everyone else that's in here, right? A lot of deadlines. We have another one coming up in November. Then we got a whole bunch in January. And then finally we got a whole bunch in March, right? So it's somewhere between now and March. And there's not that many days, right? So, just imagine. We got over 10 now. Just one approval basically means all 10 will be approved. So, like I said, we got a little preview of what to expect when we get approval, okay? But when we get a real approval, that's when we will know. Will Bitcoin pump up to $40,000, $50,000, $70,000? Who knows? Who knows? But take a look at this. This is actually quite interesting. Look at the three bumps that we had. BlackRock ETF optimism. It wasn't even they got approval. It's just that they're entering the space. Favorable Grayscale ruling, we got a bump, right? And then we got a little bump based on false ETF rumor. But, man, once we get a real ETF approval, that bump will be off the chart. We won't even be able to see it. It's going to go through the roof. That is what we have to look forward to, okay? That's why I said brace yourself. Brace yourself and strap on, because it is going to get wild. Crypto Quant believes that the entire market cap could raise by $1 trillion just after launch. Where is Bitcoin right now? Where is Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin is at like 500 something. Bitcoin is at, 553. So they expect Bitcoin to basically more than double, to triple to 1 trillion after spot Bitcoin ETFs. Triple would mean that Bitcoin would be close to its previous high, about $70,000. Man, that's how much money could be flowing in pretty much immediately. Okay, and that's not including after the halving event, when FOMO really builds up. Then we're talking about, who knows, trillions upon trillions upon trillions that'll be coming into the space. It's going to be absolutely marvelous, right? And Grayscale, I do believe, someone's saying Grayscale will be first. I believe they will. And it actually makes more sense for Grayscale to get their conversion because they hold the most amount of Bitcoin, 650,000 Bitcoins, right? So for them to convert makes the most sense. And that could be coming by the end of the week, right? But if not, we just have a little bit more to wait for that very first approval, right? Now, leading up to the halving event, where will Bitcoin be? Let's say we get an approval. After approval, just a few months later, we are going to hit that halving event in April, right? And there are many, many price models that say, hey, Bitcoin could head well above 100,000. Some say maybe 130,000, 150,000, like this one. Okay, this is predicting that, yeah, we'll probably see around $130,000, $150,000, right? Based on what has happened in previous cycles. That's one theory. But there are other theories that say, hey, Bitcoin, this is according to Elliott wave theory, this is saying, hey, who's to say we have to stop at 150,000? Why don't we go all the way up to 340,000 before climbing back down, right? If you look at it, yeah, it looks a lot. It looks very similar, right? But this is predicting that Bitcoin will hit around 90, 100,000 by the halving event. Okay, and then we may retrace a little bit and then boom, right back up. So this is what we have to look forward to. This is why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin. I told you guys, you know, this is time to be greedy, not fearful. We're right at the cusp of the halving event happening and at the cusp of a very first Bitcoin spot ETF approval in the United States, which will be absolutely enormous because there's so much money sitting on the sidelines waiting to enter. It's going to be insane, absolutely insane. But that's not all. I got a lot of alt news to talk about today. It's not just going to be Bitcoin that'll be insane, okay? A lot of you guys are big XRP guys. You may be part of the XRP army. Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse have said this before, and it looks like it's about to happen since they won this lawsuit against the SEC. They possibly will be doing an IPO. Now, if they do an IPO in 2024, when Bitcoin entire market is roaring upwards, man, that is going to be probably one of the most successful IPOs in history. They will be raising a ton of money. Okay, so they have a job opening right now. Basically, they want to hire someone that can help them do that very successfully. So they're timing it pretty well. Okay, so good for XRP. And also, I saw this today. Roblox, the very popular kids game, integrates XRP as a payment method. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So XRP could be one of those alts that do very, very well in 2024, especially the company goes IPO, and then, of course, XRP Ledger, and everything else that's going on within the ledger. Probably see some good days coming up. But, of course, it's not just them. There's many others. I don't talk a lot about Immutable X, but Immutable X is one of those big projects right now, purely NFTs, but really they're trying to change and go all gaming, right? They have some spectacular games already, but there will be more. WAGMI, for example, from the next crypto gem, is on Immutable X too. There's a lot. There's a lot of games on top of Immutable X, right? And they have just partnered up with Amazon, AWS, you know, to get some expertise on spinning up a node in AWS. So Immutable X is also, and they have a big partnership with Polygon. Rumors are Polygon will just basically push all their games into Immutable X. So there's a big, big push in the future. And also, I guess this is good, 67 million tokens that were supposed to be released as developer rewards now being pushed back by another year, which is really good. Okay, because right now would be a horrible time to be dumping, but next year be a whole lot better. So Immutable X also in a pretty good shape. Now, speaking of AWS also has nodes for other chains like Avalanche. I'm also a big fan of Avalanche, and I know that you could do it for Ethereum too, and there's many others, right? AWS is just trying to be neutral. Basically allow all these crypto chains to, or allow people that are trying to run a node for these chains, I should say, to do so easily, right? And basically spin it up for testing, for development, to power the network. There's a lot of things that you can do. So Avalanche also has that, and Avalanche, still one of my favorites, right? Network activity slowly, steadily going back up. So that is pretty awesome as well. What else is there? Let's talk a little bit about SBF. Another member of SBF's inner circle says crimes were committed. Okay, no surprise. Okay, so this guy, Nishad Singh, former director of engineer, he admitted he defrauded customers and investors. And he also said that, yeah, SBF also did too. I remember he's one of the top guys. He's one of the top guys, including Caroline and Gary, and of course SBF. And they all pleaded already guilty, but now they're testifying against SBF, and they all say he is guilty as well. See, this is how many years he's facing. Wire fraud is 20 years. Conspiracy for wire fraud, 20 years. It's kind of weird that conspiracy to commit, it has the same sentence as committing it. Wire fraud on lenders, 20 years. Conspiracy to commit wire fraud on lenders, 20 years. Conspiracy to commit securities fraud, 5 years. Conspiracy to commit commodities fraud, 5 years. And conspiracy to commit money laundering, 20 years. See, here's the thing. How come banks can launder money and no one ever goes to jail for 20 years? JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, they all pay fines for money laundering. It's not even a conspiracy to commit laundering. They already did it. And all they get is a slap on the wrist fine. But SBF may face 20 years just to conspire to commit money laundering. Doesn't mean that he did. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? And why is conspiring to do so as bad as actually doing so? Again, that doesn't make a lot of sense either. Anyways, if you add all those years up, it's more than his lifetime. So you may be getting like 100 years, even if the judge is trying to be nice. And let's say he gets half of that, 50 years, right? By the time he gets out, he's going to be an old man, 80 plus years. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. The only other thing is this. I launched IFC, the new Twitter page. Look at this fancy graphics created by Karate Combat. IFC by Karate Combat, powered by CryptosRus Plus. Okay, so brand new. I told you guys working on this. This is going to be awesome. So make sure you check out the brand new Twitter page. There will be more information and more content for you guys. But everything will be on CryptosRus Plus. So make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. This is going to be huge, guys. Absolutely huge. All right. That's pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. Today feels like a Thursday, but somehow it's only Tuesday. All right, let's see if I missed anything. Yeah, you see? At the beginning of the month, this is right. The Feezy says, yesterday upside, it's October isn't over. It's true. October isn't over. At the beginning of, before, in September, I showed the graphics. I don't have it. In October, usually the first few weeks, you don't see anything. And then the last few weeks, you see usually a rise in Bitcoin, right? And so the first few weeks, people are like, what happened to October, right? You said October is coming. Right now, Bitcoin is much higher than where it was in September, right? So we're still in October. What do we call November? Pumptober? Is that what it is? Captain Banana says, George, strap on as a different animal. Is that a different animal? You meant strap in. No, I meant strap on. Or get strapped. All right, let's see. Should I sell my Ether? JC3 asks, George, should I sell my Ether for Shiba? I wouldn't. So I don't know about you. You decide, but I wouldn't. Do I drink whiskey? Yes, but normally only when I'm vacationing or traveling. With you guys, I save the good stuff, the blue label, when it gets real wild, right? Other days, I just drink cheap stuff, cheap beer. They didn't have any Bud Light, so I had to settle for Corona instead. This is exciting. This is exciting. I've been working way too hard to try to find the fighters. I just found 2 more that I think could really work. Man, it's tough to get people to commit and fight. But I understand. It's a big commitment. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Did you buy your Bitcoin in Silk Road days? No. That was earlier than that. That was earlier than me, I should say. I mean, when I got in, it was like late 2013, early early 2014, excuse me. Silk Road was like a year before 2012. Does it seem like the ones pulling the strings at Wall Street are still filling their bags? Why would they approve ETFs until they're done? Well, you know, sometimes we like to give them a lot of credit to be able to actually pull the strings exactly when they want to, right? But it doesn't always work that way. They can maybe accelerate things. They can make a few phone calls, but when the approval actually happens, I don't know if they are able to actually control it that precisely, right? So I do think, I agree with you, they are still filling their bags. And I do think that ETFs will probably get pushed back until the very last moment in March. But who knows? Maybe Gary and SEC surprises everyone. The grayscale one should be coming sooner than later. The grayscale conversion should be like right around the corner. Like right around the corner. Edge X Finance. It seems like I talk about Polygon all day, every day. It's good. I'll just leave it at that. Tyler on gaming. I can't wait to spend all my XRP to fund my Roblox channel. Do you have a Roblox channel? Do you have it on your channel, my man? Let's see. Let's go to your channel right now. Oh yeah, your channel is all about Roblox, huh? You need some views. My kids love to switch between Roblox and Fortnite. Now they're into Fortnite again. Should we be concerned about Polygon migration, co-founder leaving? No. No. I'll just leave it at that. And the migration is good. They're upgrading to 2.0. They're doing so because they want to compete with Arbitrum better. Yeah, it's really hard to get a hold of the banter crew. They're like never responsive. So I asked a few. I asked a lot of influencers, but I'm starting to branch out to the international ones. Yeah, but a lot either does not answer or they have no interest. Alex Becker is pretty tough. Everyone that knows Alex Becker says he never leaves the home. It's virtually impossible to talk to him, and even more impossible to get him out of his house. That's what everyone close to him tells me, so I didn't even try. Do you think Ripple IPO will kill XRP? No. It'll help them. It'll give them more money. They will have a huge war chest afterwards to do whatever the hell they want, basically. They will upgrade XRP Ledger. They already are funding a lot of projects to make it evolve to more like a true L1 with smart contract capability. They're already trying to evolve past just being a bridge currency. And with more money, they're going to be able to accelerate that development faster. Do I smoke cigarettes? No, never, never. Can we gamble on IFC? Yes, through the Karate Combat app. Everyone should just go and download the Karate Combat app, and you'll see what it's about. But basically, you get karate, and then you stake it into the fighter you want to win. If they win, you get a huge reward from it, right? That's what it's going to be like. IFC is an MMA fight without the ground game. Okay, so of course you can punch, you could kick, you could throw, you could do whatever you want. Like, you could get them on the ground, but after 5 seconds you gotta let them out, let them off the ground. So you could beat the hell out of them while they're on the ground too. Is Vitalik disqualified for having too many limbs? Are you talking about his huge wrench? Is that what you're talking about? The fight's not pay-per-view. It's going to be streamed on CryptosRus Plus, and I believe other influencers will stream it. It's also on their karate.com site. And it'll be televised, too. They have some TV deals as well. Karate is built on Hedera. You don't hear a lot about that. They may be one of the highest volume dApps on Hedera, if not the largest. It could be the largest. Elbows, I heard, are not allowed. I'm pretty sure knees are allowed, but elbows are not. If I get Logan Paul, I get serious traffic. Hey, if this one's successful, the second one will have big money, and then maybe we can get some of these huge guys coming in. Karate Combat already has like Bas Rutten and Lyoto Machida and George St. Pierre. I mean, some of these big name ex-UFC guys, they're all part of Karate Combat. I mean, Bas Rutten been on Joe Rogan's show talking about Karate Combat. Like, there's a lot of UFC guys are watching and eyeing this league. It's a growing league. And, to get IFC kicked off, and if this is successful, we'll branch beyond just crypto influencers. We'll get all influencers. In fact, there's an influencer that reached out to me that they're not in crypto. So it's starting to happen already, and worldwide too. A lot of people from overseas are asking. So once we get a first one kicked off and it goes smoothly, we will branch off, and this is going to be huge. Troy McDrain says you need to have at least 1 to 3 true degen plays, like an L1, L2 under 5 to 20 million. Fair launch is best. No VC to dump on you. That's not bad advice. I mean, that's part of the 50, 25, 25 rule. The 25 mid, small, micro caps, you could fill it in, with some small cap, micro cap plays that can do really well in the bull market, right? But right now, those are not moving. Right now, it's the Bitcoin and the big caps that are really moving. But that's why having a diversified portfolio, I believe, is wise, right? Guns Unloaded, you're welcome. Get Allen Iverson. I don't know if Allen Iverson knows how to fight. Fighting is no joke. I mean, I'm not a fighter, but the people that fight, it's no joke. You gotta calm your nerves. You gotta use that adrenaline and not be afraid of getting hit and punched and kicked, right? And you just gotta go for it and do some damage. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Cast and wait, that's the plan. All the influencers, there's a lot that will be either emceeing or commentary, and there will be a lot that's within the stands, right? They're all going to be streaming this, and I'm going to be pushing out all these exclusive content on CryptosRus Plus. It's going to bring more ratings than they ever seen before. I'm pretty sure of that. Please include females. I'm trying to. The blonde broker, Erin, she reached out. She said she wants to fight, but there's no opponent for it. There's not a lot of crypto gals, first of all, and very little of them want to fight. So if you guys know of any female influencer, doesn't even have to be crypto, that wants to fight, let me know. Send them my way. Send me an email. Reach out on Telegram. You know, I love to get a female fight going. And don't stay the obvious ones. Yes, I asked Wendy. She does not want to. Leia does not want to. She's not a fighter. Everyone that you could think of, I already asked, and they've said no. So basically, it has to be outside of crypto space. I tried to reach out to KZ. She didn't respond. Ragsby, maybe. I didn't ask her yet. Yeah, I don't think Caroline is going to fight. I think she has bigger problems to worry about. Brianna, how do you manage all your various projects with family time? I enjoyed your video about spending more time with the family. You gotta get some people to help. So I got some good people helping me, trying to, you know, make my life easier. They certainly are, but I still got a lot. Sometimes I just wonder why I work so hard. Like this IFC thing, if I wasn't doing IFC, I would have so much time back. But right now I'm just like trying to orchestrate everything, you know, trying to plan things out. Tiny's guys, Tiny Karate, doing the marketing, you know, like trying to set things up, trying to get sponsorships. You know, like I spend a lot of time on this. Sometimes I wonder, you know, what I'm doing. But this is part of obsession. I've told you guys this. People that obsess over something are the ones that truly become the greatest or number one or at least towards the top, right? I'm just kind of obsessed at growing my brand, CryptosRus, and I want to do whatever I can to grow it to be the best. So that, I guess, is part of that. Tomorrow I gotta go drive the Ferrari to the dealership for maintenance. It turns out I have 7-year free maintenance. That's what you get if you spend $400,000 on a car. 7 years of free maintenance. Will I be flown out if I do it? Yes. If you're a guy, though, Edge X, most likely not. I got the guys kind of division kind of set. Okay? And you have to be somewhat big. No offense. Like, you have to be like, you know, 50, 100,000 followers, subscribers somewhere. So right now it's more like females. I think men, I got enough. Unless there's some like big influencers that really want to fight. You know, I think the men's division is okay. It's really the women's division. Crow, Jason, already has an opponent. So he's locked in. There's a few others I need to lock in. Thoughts on Aston Martin? I'm gonna buy one. Woody, good job. Austin's look great, but their resale value is horrible. Very, very horrible. Every single one. That's why I refuse to get any Austin Martins. Even if I'm looking for another car to buy, I would not buy any Austin Martins because of that reason. They just don't appreciate. No one really wants, the newer Austin Martins. The old ones, yes, but the new ones, no one wants them. Like even a new DBX 700, whatever it's called, the 700 horsepower Austin Martin, SUV. For me, I'd rather get a G-Wagon over that. Like that SUV has no appeal to me, and I know it's not gonna hold its value. I'd rather just get a G-Wagon. Seth, I'm trying to find a fight for him. He's not gonna be able to fight Keeper, but I'm trying to pair him up with someone else that someone just introduced. So we'll see if I can make that happen. Carl the Moon. I have a feeling he's not gonna be fighting. Maseratis also have horrible resale value. Actually, I could have ordered the new MC20, but they couldn't get rid of them. And yes, they have horrible resale values. Uncle Fester. Carl could hire a champion to fight. Okay, that's not the point, okay? This is not Game of Thrones. You don't hire people to fight for you, right? You either fight or you don't. It's just that's it. Sergio. Thoughts on H-Bar. You know what? Karate Combat's on H-Bar. Hedera, so it's good. I like him a little better because now they do seem like they're open source, but all the major decisions are still through the console, so that has not changed. They have like a big console of projects. But yeah, it's fine. But I'm not gonna repeat what you said because you're trying to show your bag. What's your favorite car under 50,000? I don't know. What about JV from Crypto News Alerts? He's a fighter. I never heard of Crypto News Alerts. Crypto News Alerts. Never heard of this guy. He looks like he could fight. I've never heard of this guy before. He does lives. I had decent views. Over 5K. It's hard for a small channel to average over 5K per video now. That's actually not bad. I don't know who he will be fighting though. I don't know. I forgot to answer. Under 50K, if it was new, I mean, if you're talking about sports car or regular car, because there's a lot of regular cars that I would get. You could get a Civic Type R for under 50K. That's a really nice kind of sporty car. If you're talking about family car, like a Kia Telluride, the fully loaded one, I forgot what it's called. That's a really nice car. If you want an EV car, you get a Model Y under 50,000. That's a really good car. So it really depends on who, what kind of car you want. I'm going to check out JV afterwards. I'm going to talk to him, see if he wants to fight. He could be good. Rodney. Ben is spoken for. Rodney, I know he's like a thorn in Ben's side right now. Oh, Bitcoin is starting to move. Let's go, Bitcoin. DZ is not fighting. Frankie is not fighting. A lot of people don't want to fight. i7 or Model S Plaid, they're just really different cars, man. Model S Plaid is way, way, way faster. I'm not sad in i7, but I'm just going to say i7 probably is a lot more comfortable and better to drive, but it looks awkward and it's not as fast. I'll fight anyone for 2 ETH. No one cares about Ben or cars. Unfortunately, I think you're wrong about both. A lot of people care about cars. I think because you're a woman that you don't care about cars. Most women do not. But yeah. George, you got to host a Hell in the Cell with the Discovering Crypto team versus the new Ben team. What's Hell in the Cell? Like, oh, you mean like get both teams to go in and fight each other? I tried. Everyone on Discover Crypto does not want to fight. I asked everyone. Even Tim. And then DZ and Nick and TJ and Justin. No one wants to fight. And then Ben team, they all want to fight, but not really. Ben is fighting. AJ unfortunately wants to fight, but he wants too much money. And then J Chains was going to fight, and he pulled out because he only wants to fight one person, and he doesn't want to fight anyone else. So I don't, it's hard. That's why I spent so much time to try to talk to these guys. But a lot of them are like, they're so wishy-washy, and they don't want to commit. And even when they do, they just disappear. I don't know. Some people just don't want to really fight. They like the thought of it, but like fighting is fighting. It's tough. I asked Zombie, he does not want to fight. Can I grow a beard? No. I could try, but it would look horrible, so no. They don't want to cry on YouTube. I can't. I'm not trying to like call them out and say they're a pussy, because I'll be the same way. I can't take pain. Someone punches me in the face, yeah, I'm probably gonna tear up. I'm just, that's just, it's not for everyone. Some people are tough guys. Some people have fought their whole lives. Some people have been in the military. Some people have been training in MMA or whatever, kickboxing for a decade. So most of us have not. Most of us live our normal lives, have never been punched or kicked or taken down to the ground, right? That's fine. That's just how it is. Lifer won't fight because his wife won't let him. He said he wanted to, and then he said his wife won't let him. A lot of these guys tell me their wife don't want them to fight too. So, why did you say you can't take pain? Didn't you sell Litecoin at $2? Close, not at $2. I sold it around $4. Yes. A lot of people like to talk tough, but honestly, Not everyone could fight. It's just not meant for everyone. Good thing is, as adults, we don't need to fight, okay? We could just sue each other instead. Anyways, all right, guys. I'll conclude. You know what? Bitcoin is doing really good right now, holding really strong, right? But we're waiting. In the next 85 days, we will see another explosion, and this time for real, one that will carry us to unknown levels at this point, all right? A Bitcoin ETF will be coming. So stay strong, my friends, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time as always, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard stuff. I'm reading standard stuff. Central Standard Time. That's what I meant to say. All right, have a good one.